Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a massive challenge that so many businesses are grappling with. What to do when your huge ERP project starts to go off the rails. You've spent all this time and money, and when things go sideways, you absolutely have to know why. This is the question, right? It's the one that keeps executives up at night. After all those hours, all that investment, when the delays and the frustrations start piling up, you just can't help but wonder, did we make a massive fundamental mistake here? So here's our goal. We're going to help you play detective because on the surface, the symptoms, the delays, the unhappy users, they all look the same. But the fix for a bad plan versus the fix for the wrong software, they are completely different. Okay, let's dive right into that first possibility. Because here's the hard truth. A lot of ERP failures, maybe even most of them, aren't because of bad software. They're because of bad planning. The first huge red flag is when the project's goal becomes just about replacing old tech. The whole conversation shifts from how can this transform our business to simply let's just get the new system live. Right. So if you never defined tangible business goals, I'm talking things you can actually measure, like faster financial closes or real visibility into your supply chain, then you've lost your North Star. It's not a business transformation anymore. It's just an IT project. And that is a recipe for total exhaustion and endless rework. Oh, this is a classic. You've probably seen this happen. Everyone gets so excited about the new software that they jump straight into configuring it. They're clicking buttons, setting up screens, all without ever stopping to actually map how people do their jobs day to day. And this really hits the nail on the head. The problem usually isn't that the software can't do what you need it to. It's that nobody hit the pause button to ask, hey, does this standard workflow actually make sense for our sales team or our people in the warehouse? So the system gets built for some fantasy version of the company, not the real one. Yeah, this quote is just perfect. Because if you treat data quality like some small detail you'll get to later, you've essentially just injected pure chaos into the veins of your brand new system. Seriously, we've seen projects grind to a halt for months just trying to clean up the data mess. It is absolutely that critical. And finally, sign number 3. If your executives aren't visible, if they aren't actively championing this project every single day, it's going to lose credibility and momentum so fast, it's like trying to push a giant boulder uphill by yourself. Without leaders clearing the path, adoption just stalls out. But what if you're listening and thinking, wait a minute, we did all that. Our plan was solid. Well, sometimes, despite all the best intentions, the problem really is the software. It's a fundamental mismatch. You see this all the time when a generic one-size-fits-all ERP gets forced into a specialized industry, like manufacturing. Sure, it can probably handle your basic accounting, but when it comes to the complex core operations that actually run your business, it just chokes. So how do you spot this? Look for the workarounds, look for the spreadsheets. If your teams are basically living in Excel to manage inventory or building their own schedules on the side, that is a massive warning sign. The system might be on, but it's not working. In fact, it's just creating more work. And then, of course, there's the politics of it all. The selection process turns into this huge negotiation between departments. And the result? You pick a compromise tool, one that makes every department equally kind of meh. It ends up being a lowest common denominator system that doesn't make anyone truly successful. I love this quote because it really captures the human side of a bad technical choice. When your employees feel like the software wasn't built for them, that it doesn't get their job, they don't just get frustrated. They disengage. They check out. And there is no amount of technology in the world that can fix that feeling. So, after we've diagnosed the plan and the platform, we arrive at what is often the real aha moment. The core reason for failure usually isn't technical at all. It's human. So what's this number all about? 16%? That's your competitive edge. According to a big ERP benchmark survey, companies that invest in professional organizational change management are 16% more likely to see actual productivity go up after they launch. That's a huge deal. So what is OCM really? It is not just sending out a few emails and having a pizza party. It's a structured, disciplined approach to managing the people side of change. It's about making sure that these new ways of working are not just implemented, but that they're truly adopted and that they stick around. And there are great frameworks out there like the 80KR model. It basically gives you a roadmap before each person. You start by building awareness of why the change is happening, then you foster desire to be a part of it, give people the knowledge and ability to do it, and, this is key, you reinforce the change to make the new habit stick. So let's bring all these pieces together. Let's build a final, actionable framework for what success really looks like. How do you get it right from the beginning, or how do you course correct if you're already in trouble? If you only remember one thing today, please let it be this. Technology is not a silver bullet. It's a powerful tool, yes, but it won't fix a broken process, it won't solve turf wars. It's an enabler of your strategy, not a substitute for it. Real, lasting transformation only happens when these 4 pillars are working together. You need your people, empowered to change. You need processes designed for the future, not the past. You need technology that's aligned with your goals. And you need clean, trusted data. It's like a 4-legged stool. If you neglect any one of those legs, the whole thing just becomes wobbly and unstable.
So we'll leave you with this final question to think about. Is your technology a coordination engine that's actually moving your business forward, or is it just a source of headaches and reconciliation work? If it's creating more spreadsheets and manual fixes, it's time to ask which of those 4 pillars, people, process, technology, or data, is out of alignment.